In a long-awaited ruling, Maine's Supreme Judicial Court says a recently passed state law eliminating the statute of limitations on civil lawsuits involving child sexual abuse is unconstitutional. Good evening, everyone. I'm Brian Yacono.
And I'm Amanda Hill. The case pitted a group of adults who claimed they were abused by church employees decades ago when they were children.
The law, passed by the legislature 4 years ago now, allowed them to sue the church for compensation. But now many of those lawsuits may be in limbo. The justices heard arguments in this case more than a year ago. The attorney for the Roman Catholic Diocese told the court that a law passed by the legislature in 2021, which removed the statute of limitations on child sex abuse claims, was unconstitutional, saying once the opportunity for civil action expires, it can't then be extended indefinitely, and that a person or entity, in this case the bishop and diocese, have a vested right to expect, once the statute of limitations expires, they'll not be sued.
A vested right to freedom from liability may not be yanked away.
But an attorney representing dozens of people who say they were abused by priests as children argued church leaders knew about the abuse, covered it up for decades, and often reassigned priests to different parishes.
There's never been a right to enabling child sex abuse. The diocese wants you to create a vested right in getting away with it.
One of the lead sponsors of the law that removed the statute of limitations was State Rep Lori Gramlich, herself a survivor of abuse.
Whether this heinous act happened in 1965 or it happened yesterday, that's irrelevant. It still happened, and the individuals accountable need to be held to account.
But in its ruling, the Supreme Court said it has never allowed the state to revive a statute of limitations on a civil law once it has expired, and that this one shouldn't be any different. Shortly after the ruling was announced, plaintiff's attorney Michael Begos, whose firm represents some 100 abuse survivors, told us that while he and his clients are disappointed, they are not done seeking justice. He says his firm will continue with cases not affected by the ruling, and for those now excluded from the current lawsuits, there's a possibility of legal action over the decades of alleged cover-ups by the diocese. As for the Portland Diocese, its current bishop issued a statement saying he wanted to reach out to the victims and survivors of past abuse and acknowledged the impact that it has had on their lives. He goes on to say that the diocese will continue to dedicate resources to examine every claim regardless of the timeline and offer counseling and support services to those who come forward. The decision by the court was not unanimous, by the way. Associate Justices Wayne Douglas and Rick Lawrence were in the minority. In their dissenting opinion, they said that while the court has often come down against claims after the statute of limitations has expired, this was a first. It was a law that the legislature actually passed and was enacted.